Alright, so first things first, welcome back all my Technivorous. I'm Technivorous. We are going to be getting into a little bit more difficult mod today. It is actually not too difficult, but it will require you to open up the case of your Ender 3 here. So a lot of people don't realize that when you turn off the part cooling fan, the fan on the side of your hot end here, it also turns off the fan in your motherboard case. That is not ideal. Because it can cause overheating of the electronics, it can cause overheating of the stepper motors if you're running too long without that fan, and it can cause slippage and shifting layers. So today we are going to open up our Ender 3. We are going to disconnect the motherboard fan from where it is connected now and connect it to the always on power. So basically we're going to unwire it from the connector it's hooked into, which is connected to this fan on the side, and we're going to wire it to the place where the cooling fan for the hot end is on the front here. Alright, now before we get to the video, if you're new to the channel, I wanted to let you know that we try to stay up to date on all things 3D printing, from filament and printer reviews to in-depth slicer analysis, as well as a plethora of how-to videos. So if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you can be notified every time we post a new video. That being said, let's jump right into it. Alright, so we got our Ender case opened up here, and what we need to do is remove this fan. They did glue these in, so you gotta be a little careful. It doesn't matter if we rip the wires on this one because we're gonna cut the ends anyway. But you still want to be careful not to pull anything out that's not supposed to come out. And what we're going to do is these first two slots in this rail going vertically here are always on power. They run the fan for the hot end. We need to get this fan hooked up to there. So there is already a item inside it. Like I said, that is the hot end fan. Not to be confused with the part cooling fan. So we are going to grab a handy dandy screwdriver. Get one that's the right size. Alright, and we are going to loosen these bottom two screws here. In fact, before I do that though, I'm going to bolt this back to the case so it's not sliding around on me. If you're not going to take the motherboard all the way off, there's really no point in taking these big two screws on the V-slot rail off, because you can get the bottom off without having to mess with that. Now, if I could only get them to screw in without cross-threading, that would be amazing. This will just hold it a little more stable while I unscrew the rest here. There it goes. Make sure that's on there good and tight so it's not going anywhere. And we are going to loosen these two screws right here. Only slightly. I want to be able to get the other wires in there, but I don't want my thermistor wire or my other fan wires to fall out. So the next step is to get your clippers. This is my fan CPU right here. And we clipped it. Do need to get this out of here because I don't want to cause any sort of shorts or anything. And if there's no power in, there's no power out, but the board still has power, so there's a possibility that it can cause problems. So there we have that. Okay. Now, alright, so now I'm going to hook my fan into these two leads here, these always on power, the bottom two. I'm going to follow the convention of the fan that's already in there and insert the black into the second hole. Maybe. It's a little bit tight, so it's tricky, but it is doable. Okay, got it in there. I'm going to clamp my screw down on the black one before I try putting in the red one. It should be nice and sturdy. You do want to make sure that these are making a good connection. If your fan doesn't turn on, your motherboard is going to fry, and that's obviously a bad situation. Alright, so before we plug everything back in here, let's take the little power cord I got here. We're going to turn it on and make sure the fan spins. Get plugged in down here. When we turn it on, the fan should start. And there it goes. You can see it spinning. And it is now on always on power. If I turn my fan down for my part cooling fan, it won't affect my motherboard. I won't fry anything. I won't overheat. I won't end up with overheating stepping motors. This is one of the main causes of skipping or slipping or shifting layers on large petg prints. When the fan is off, the steppers tend to overheat and they will cause shifting and you'll get all sorts of nasty problems. So now we're good to go. I need to put the case and everything back on, and we are done upgrading our fan to be always on. Alright, and there you have it. You're now ready for long prints without a part cooling fan. You won't do any damage to your motherboard because the motherboard fan will always be on, although I will say it does add a little bit to the noisiness of this printer. It's not too loud, but if I were to tilt my Ender 3 back or forward a little bit so there was more exposure to the vent on the bottom, you would see what I was talking about. It's just a slight hum or whir, no worse than the front end fan on your hot end. As always, this channel is brought to you by these fine Patreon supporters. If you'd like to support the channel on Patreon, head over to www.patreon.com/Technivorous. Alright guys, that's going to be the end of this video. As always, thank you. I'll put a video up right here that you can check out for more of our stuff. And if you're still here and you haven't already, why don't you click right here and subscribe to the channel.